Alright, it's time for another Amumu game. This one will be more rantish, so if you want a more, better, which one? Commentary on Amumu, go watch the one that was previously uploaded about a week ago, which too. So, Amumu, he's pretty much fallen off the limelight, but is still one of the better champions to use to carry. Isn't that funny? There are some champions in the game who suck competitively or suck in super serious games, but they are amazing in solo queue. And Amumu is one of them. Mostly because he's a tank with a lot of fucking damage. It's debatable between either Sejuani or Amumu as to who has more damage between the two. Arguably, an itemized Sejuani has more damage, at least more burst damage, than an Amumu does. But Amumu, without any items, will probably do more damage than Sejuani would do, and at least have an easier time dealing that damage. So, Amumu, he can totally wreck faces from the get-go. From early on, you can see that I have some ability power. I can just start smashing people, gank somebody, murder them, easy peasy with Amumu. Like, in this case, I go down, trap Vayne, we end up burning a flash and exhaust, and they burn one of theirs. And then I sit by the bush and wait for the enemy to, sort of face check it. Turns out Master Yi is about to waltz in right now from the river. Waltzes in, and my teammate, I think, yes, Nami's gonna meet a grim fate. I go up and just start fighting the Master Yi, who has no flash or escape here, so he does dodge my Q, but he alpha strikes he's gonna alpha strike right now into the tower, which is like, why would you do that? And dies as a result. Here, the Caitlyn just starts blasting away to the Braum, even going close to melee range. So I use my body as bait against the Braum, lure him away from the minions, and then just pretty much use my Q to stop him. And there he goes and dies. So, pretty much this game has already been a dominant game for my team. So, either way, Amumu, use him for damage, use him for snowballing. He can be built AP, quote-unquote, the Holy Hand Grenade Amumu build, or the standard tank build. As to why he's used, it's because his initiation is really easy to predict. If you see someone get hit by the Q, then you know Amumu's going to want to initiate around that person, so you get ready to protect him. Either, you throw away the biggest threat, like your tank goes in and knocks them out, like Alistair goes in, like, headbutts the Yasuo who might attack your, the teammate who just got stunned, or, use Mikhail's Crucible on him, and the person flashes, and now Amumu has no ultimate, and is kind of in a really bad place. Amumu can also flash ultimate, but of course that's also predictable, and it requires having both a long cooldown ultimate and a longer cooldown flash to be for him to be able to actually do that. So, Amumu's initiation, while very strong in some cases, is just not reliable anymore. It's too, let's just say, antique, with everybody being able just to escape from it, or there being a lot of stuff that just kind of deters it. Cue somebody to stun. Mikhail's flash, like I said, damn, instantly done. Your ultimate is done for you. If you ult one person, then your ultimate might not be completely useful. Even if it's not the carry and you end up ulting, let's say like the Rumble here, it might not actually be that fruitful. You gotta like at least ult two people or the main character, and again, that's pretty hard to do now. A lot of his damage is melee, and his mobility is really low. His mobility is tied to his Q, which again is kind of also his initiation, and will pretty much be a predictable thing. What Amumu might need at this point is having his Q being on a lower cooldown. Well, not a lower cooldown. A lower cooldown if he uses it on a minion, so he can, sort of pole vault himself towards a target, and then use his Q again faster than it would be up. Pull vault to a minion, use ultimate, and then walk to a certain place and use your Q again, and chain CC some target or some crap like that. That, or he needs a faster missile speed, because that shit doesn't hit too much against most blinking characters. Or it could use the whole Maokai thing where it still drags him to whoever the hell was there. It does do a lot of damage, which is cool if you're going Holy Hand Grenade Amumu, which in this case I am, because I'm pretty much cheating in everybody's heart. I personally do like Amumu. He's about the only Yordle I can tolerate. Like, they released Gnar, and Gnar's probably the best Yordle tank in the game right now. But, he's more annoying, and he still has that AD carry weird form of his. And Gnar can barely jungle to save his life. As you can see, I'm shitting on everybody. A snowballing Amumu is one of the most scary things in the game. He just tears people to pieces. He can get blown up really quickly, of course, so that's my biggest risk right now. But damn, do you just annihilate people in short order. And this is one of the reasons I would highly recommend him as one of the champions to use across all divisions if you just want to carry. Like, he is a tank jungler that can be built as a pure AP and can carry. So he's like a mix of all that good stuff you'd want for solo queue. It's just, yes, if your teammates are dick faces and don't really help you out during your first 3 crucial levels, then you're going to suck and die. If your teammates don't respond to some of your team fights later, if you didn't get to snowball, then you're not going to do shit. So he's kind of reliant on teammates for certain things, but if you snowball, if you take advantage of this, poor play from your opponents, I mean, it won't matter if your teammates don't help you. You'll annihilate entire teams. You'll go in there, explode half of everybody's health, and probably killing the AD carry in the progress, and then everybody else will just, follow up and melt everybody else. I mean, the enemy team, I mean. So, again, if you're trying to get up to at least gold elo, Amumu should be pretty much free elo. In most cases, if you can play him properly. Then in Platinum, he's a very strong pick, and in Diamond, I know for a fact a lot of players like to use him as they go to, like, tank AP jungler. So if you enjoyed the game, hooray, give it a like, and hooray for Amumu.